everyone, this is Dave from the Adobe Character Animator team, and let's face it, it can be really difficult to create a custom character animator puppet nowadays. Even if you find a starting template that you like, you then got to bring it into Photoshop or Illustrator and change the hairstyle, the clothes, the skin tone, all of that stuff. By the time you bring it back into Character Animator, you accidentally break something in the rigging, the triggers aren't working anymore, puppet's head's falling off. It's no good for anyone. Wouldn't it be nice if there was an easier and quicker and more fun way to customize a character? Well, luckily, today there is, thanks to a new beta feature we're adding called Puppet Maker. Puppet Maker is kind of like a video game character creation system. It allows you to pick a style of character and then choose all the components that you want for that character. Do they have glasses? What color are their pupils? What clothes are they wearing? And then with one click, be able to generate that puppet out to Character Animator for your own performance capture animation. So in this video, we're going to walk through the basics of what Puppet Maker is, how it works, and what's in store for it in the future. If you would like more information, we've put together a website just like we did for the body tracker a few weeks ago, where you can learn more about the feature as well as how to join the beta program to get access to this if you haven't already. So if that sounds good to you, let's get started. All right, so I'm here at the home screen of the beta version of Character Animator, and I have a few ways to open up Puppet Maker from here. Number one, we've added a new card in the middle saying Puppet Maker. You can click this button to open it up, or you can go to File, Open Puppet Maker. So that'll take a few seconds, but it's going to open up this new window devoted to the Puppet Maker interface. You should immediately see your character moving around and talking with your webcam and microphone. If not, go down to the icons down here, make sure they're both turned on, blue, webcam and mic. And if your character's head's looking a little bit weird or eyes are out of place or something like that, just look at the camera, click Calibrate, and that's going to recalibrate that character to a central position. So over here on the left-hand side, we have all of our customization options. We have style, we have customize, and we have a section called play. And you can twirl any of these up or down to show them or hide them. But let's start at the top here with style. So this is one of the coolest aspects of Character Animator Puppet Maker is you're not stuck to one particular style. You know, a lot of avatar creation systems, they give you one style and that's it. And you have to like the way that, you know, the character is rendered and the eyes look and all of that stuff. You don't have any choice. Well, the nice thing about Puppet Maker is all of these are their own styles. And we're only showing 3 here that are packaged in right now, but in the future, we'll have a lot more, and we'll have the option for you to add your own or create your own. And that means you have an infinite number of possibilities of how many different styles of character you want. So if I start with this character and I say, you know, I like this, but I'd rather have a different style or maybe a full body character. Well, I can just click this other one over here. And now I've got a completely different looking character with a completely different set of options to customize with. Same thing with this other one. So yeah, this is great. It's not one size fits all. It's pick the style that resonates with you the most and then dig into the customization. Okay, so let's say I've picked this style, I'm happy with it, and I'm gonna move on to the customize section down here. Now, you'll notice that between the different puppets and styles, these sections are going to be completely different. So one character might have, you know, face shape, or another might have pupil color, or another might have, you know, different outfits or clothes. It all depends on what the puppet creator came up with. We are not specifically saying you have to have an eye category or a mouth category or nose category. It is completely up to the puppet creator. And so going between different styles, you're going to see a lot of different options, and that leads to a lot of flexibility. No 2 characters are going to be personalized in exactly the same way. So I can just go through this process and try to create a character. So let's look at the hairstyle. I can select another one and immediately my character gets a different hairstyle. Now I've got a little ponytail in the back that's already got some physics dangling with it, maybe this spiky hair look, also with some physics, or I could go bald if I want to. For this one, I'm just gonna stick with this ponytail look and continue moving down. Now I've got some hair color options. Let's go with kind of a reddish hair, so I'll go with this one. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. I like how that looks. So I'll move on to hair props. I've got a few different options here, maybe a pirate hat or a little beret or something like that. Let's go for this forward hat. I like how it kind of fits the same color theme. That looks good. And then let's move on to skin color. I'm gonna make her a little bit darker skin. So let's go something like this. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I can have some different eyebrows down here. Let's switch to these. So you get the idea. You have a lot of options on what your character looks like, and you kind of choose the different colors and just kind of go down the line and pick everything. Let's give her some blue eyes and maybe some glasses. I'll go with the Yeah, the thick glasses. I could give her an eye patch if I want. Bunch of different nose choices here. So I've got all these different looks. I kind of like that kind of pointed nose look. Let's do that. Probably don't want a mustache or a beard or a small little goatee down there. So let's not do that. Let's change to none over there. And none is a valid option for a lot of these. And then the shirt design, I've got a bunch of options. In the video today, I was wearing this OK shirt that I made. So I'm going to stick to that. And it was a black shirt. So I'm going to make that as well. All right, and so that's looking pretty good. So I like this character a lot. Now, you also have the option to click this button up top called Randomized. And if you click that, it'll take a few seconds, but you're going to get a random selection of all the choices down below. So this is a great way to really quickly see what's possible with a particular style. And yeah, some of the results are kind of ridiculous and crazy because it is picking everything from random, but it leads to some pretty funny results. And particularly, one idea is if you have one character and then you want some background characters in your cartoon, this is a really easy way to generate a bunch of background characters. Just say, okay, I'm going to randomize, and there you go. I've got a background character. I want another one. I click randomize again. And I've got another one. So it's a lot of fun to play around with this. And you might use this as a nice starting point to say, okay, I like some of these features, but maybe I'm going to change the pupil color or the shirt design or the hairstyle or something like that. So once I'm happy with how my character looks, I can go down to the play section just to test it out with some triggers. Now, these are triggers that are going to show up not just in the custom mode, but when I go into Character Animator itself. So when I click this generate button up here in the upper right corner, all of these things that I didn't pick are going to get stripped out of the puppet because they're just going to add extra weight and artwork to the puppet that is going to slow things down. And I don't really need that. So one of the nice things about Puppet Maker is it's just going to rip all that stuff out and make my character as optimized and lean as possible. But these triggers down here are ones that are going to stay with the character. So for example, different backgrounds. I might not always want my character to be in this park setting. So I could change to an office or posters on the wall or something like that, or have no background if I'm doing an alpha channel and want to bring this character into streaming or After Effects or something like that. But I don't have to make that decision now. I can do that later. All of these will still be available after the fact, after generation. Same with the eyes. I've got different eye positions here. And again, these will be different for each puppet as you play around with them, different hand positions I can play around with. And then a few replay animations this character can do, moving down and up and off the screen and into the screen and then exiting. So you have a lot of different options of what's possible here. And yeah, I like how this character is looking. So I'm going to go ahead and click the generate button. It's going to take a second. And there we go. Now I'm inside a scene in Character Animator. I see a puppet and scene have been created in the project panel. I see all those triggers that I wanted in the play section are here, as well as the control section down at the bottom. So I can change to the different backgrounds still, all of that stuff, all my different eye positions as well. And all those different hand positions and animations are possible too. So this is awesome. Within a few minutes, I was able to quickly create a custom character that I can play around with. She's also got the body tracking as well. So if I turned on the body tracker here and backed up, and let's go ahead and click set rest pose and do something like this. I did the calibration. Now I've got different body tracking and I can move my hand around and do that as well. Now, if I go to rig mode, I can see that all that extra stuff that were choices from my puppet in Puppet Maker, they're all gone. So I don't have a bunch of different hairstyles. I don't have a bunch of different eyebrows or noses or skin colors or anything like that. It's been optimized to only show me the things that I picked. And that means this character is going to run as fast as it possibly can. When you have a lot of extra artwork in a puppet, it's going to make it potentially run slower, maybe lower frame rates, not as responsive, that sort of thing. So that's a really nice finishing touch that Puppet Maker will do for you. Now, I know what a lot of you advanced Character Animator riggers are probably saying. This is awesome, but I want to make my own custom puppets. I want to become a Puppet Maker. Don't worry about the terminology. Just know you want to make your own custom characters for other people to use or for yourself to use. And here's where we're at right now with that. So at this point, we've been focusing really on that end user experience. So what I just showed you, the Puppet Maker, that's where we've been spending 95, 96% of our time. That other 4% has been spent on what we're calling authoring mode, which is a special version inside Character Animator. Right now, you have to run a script to get it to run. Some text turns green, and it just does some things that we're still trying to refine. It's not the most user-intuitive experience right now, and there's probably a lot of things that are going to change about it in the coming months. So we're not quite ready to put that in front of people just yet. But if you are interested in learning when it is available, check out that website that I posted earlier, and that's got a link to a sign-up form, a Google form. Just let us know you're interested in it, and as soon as it is available, whether in beta or the final shipping version, we will let you know and send you a note about that. Just give one sneak peek on what's happening behind the scenes because it is so cool, there's a lot of optimization being thought of in this creation process. And one of those is thinking about color choices, right? So with a puppet like this, imagine if I wanted to do, 15 different skin colors. And for this puppet, I would have to do a lot of things. It's not just one switch that I turn on and off, right? It's the background of the face, the ears, the different eyelid positions, the neck, the arms, the different hand positions. If I had to make 15 different colors for each of those, the puppet would be huge. The file size would be big. It would be really bogged down with all these different elements. Well, instead, I only need to draw everything once, and we're actually using Photoshop layer styles behind the scenes to do all the different color choices. So believe it or not, this is what the actual underlying Photoshop file looks like. I have a basically black and white character here, and then I'm able to apply these different styles for the hair, for the pupils, for the skin, for the shirt color, all of that stuff. And the Character Animator authoring system allows me to pick, multiple parts. So the shirt, for example, I can say this part of the shirt, but also these two sleeves will get tagged by a particular color. I'm not going to get into detail of it right now because, again, it's still a work in process, but I just wanted to show what's happening behind the scenes because I think it's a really fascinating and cool process, and it's going to make life a lot easier for character designers in the future. So that's it. Hopefully you have a lot of fun checking out Puppet Maker, and please give us your feedback. Before we bring this into the actual shipping version of Character Animator, we need to make sure everything is working as well as possible on as many systems as possible. So let us know. On that website that I showed earlier, there's a link to a forum thread to give us feedback. So give us everything, good, bad, indifferent, we'll take it all. Just let us know. And if you post videos or screenshots of things that go wrong or things you really like or your characters and what you're able to do with them, that would be great too. So thank you in advance for all of your help there. And yeah, that's it for now. I mean, we still have a lot more features that we'll be previewing and showing in the future. A little birdie told me something called transcript-based lip sync is coming out. I don't really know what that means, but stay tuned. We might have some more surprises in the future. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and have fun.